did you want to speak to first?
So I have several beings that, because I feel like there's a lot of them that like want to line up all the time for me. So, but here's what I wrote down notes today. Arcturian, because I have hybrid children, or at least one son that I know of. But the Arcturians, I think, have been working with me a lot recently for healing and some other gifts. And then my higher, well, an aspect of myself or a life that I've lived as Athena, Pele, Morana, Ruby Crystal has reached out to me. I don't feel like I really connected with the Ruby Crystal. A star is my Lyran, that's the Lyran hybrid son. Elani is another hybrid son, and he is Arcturian. And then I have dragons that could possibly come through, either Frederick or Rock. Rock's a silver dragon. Gnomes, there's some gnomes that we're getting ready to do a channeling event with gnomes. So maybe there's someone who wants to step forward. Any from the elven or elemental realm. And
okay. Wow, you have a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people could possibly come through.
So many. And then of course, any of the archangels, because I'm one of the archangels. So to my understanding.
Which one are you?
Raziel.
Oh, Raziel, the mystery and secrets.
Mystery and secrets of God.
Yes.
Only course. I keep telling God, could you just let me actually remember more consciously some of the secrets that I know?
Okay. Wow, so, there's a lot there. Is there anyone in particular you wanted to start with?
You know what? I am open, and I actually would like to ask for God's blessing on how he wants me to learn and understand and broaden my gifts so that I'm helping others.
All right. Very good. That's a very good beginning prayer. That's excellent.
Thank you.
And dear Heavenly Father, we just ask that everything go well. Your wisdom comes through, your love comes through, and compassion, learning and understanding, all the things that are necessary for this to be successful. You are in charge of. We give you praise, honor, and glory for that. Yes. And we just give it all over to you.
Yes.
Yes.
In my humble heart, yes, I am sincerely grateful and appreciative for that guidance.
Good. Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's see who comes in.
Thank you. I'm already feeling the heat.
There's a lot here. You named quite a few. So, and I saw some of them. When you said their names or said who they were, I pictured them. So I know they're here. Some of them.
Beautiful.
The gnomes were one of them that were very, very big there for some reason. And the elementals, those gnomes and elementals seem very big with you.
Yes.
Okay. Just was checking because I got a big response from them. Okay.
And yes, and crystal skulls and Ra are also large.
Crystal skulls, yes, they're showing up little by little. But okay. Oh, there's so many to show. All right, stand in line, get a number. All right, I'll be back later. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Hello. I am the place to start.
Beautiful.
I am Tenyana Mellamine. I am your higher self, your creator being self.
Oh, yay! Thank you so much. I all of a sudden was feeling this big smile and so much joy, and I was like, what is happening?
Yes. I have come through first to let you know that things are going well. You are learning and expanding, and I am here with you. I thought that I should make an appearance today so that you would be understanding that we are working together and that there are many things that are yet to come through you, many pieces of wisdom and understanding for your peoples. There are many also subjects for you to bring forth, for you are learned and are learning of many. And they hit home with you in a sense that you know that you will be teaching them one way or another.
Yes, definitely. Can you spell your name out for me? Unfortunately, I couldn't quite get the whole name.
Tenyana Mellamine.
Tenyana Mellamine.
Yes, that is the Tenyana
Mellamine. Okay.
Tenyana Mellamine.
Tenyana Mellamine. Beautiful. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for clarifying for me.
Yes.
Do you have a certain, I mean, I always feel like I'm from the blue rays. So does this
Yes.
resonate with you?
Yes. The Blu-ray resonates with me, as well as I am associated with other colored rays as well. We are from higher places, you and I, together. So you have come into this world with the thought processes of some things higher than yourself already.
Yes. And I am drawn to working with the rays of light with my healing work. Is there a timeline that I should be aware of for this wisdom that's going to finally start to open up to me? I feel like it's this year, like the juiciness is happening this year. And
It
sooner
has
rather
already
than
started, my dear. It has already started. Because you are talking to me today. The beginning of wisdom is knowing yourself. And I am you.
Wonderful. Is there anything that you'd like to tell me about the jaguar healing hands?
The jaguar healing hands, they come
Yes.
through a different means than the other healing processes because it's an animal energy. But the animal energies are very positive and beautiful, and sometimes more
Yeah.
calming than human energies. And so this jaguar energy may come through in a very calming way where human
Yeah.
energies are pushed upon them. Whereas bring everything in from the outside and it will all be calming. But you have the belief systems of the people, and you can ask them which one resonates with them best.
Oh, thank you. I know a lot of times when I'm working with a being and I'm communicating with their higher self, I'll ask them, if I'm working with the ray of light, what light ray would you prefer? And then we go from there. So I do hope that I'm being considerate enough in that manner.
Just pray about it. I'm sure you have been considerate enough. You are one who considers all people. But remember not to separate yourself from the herd because you want to unite them. You want to bring them together. You are going to gather the herd like a shepherd.
Beautiful. And so there's something interesting because Elijah came through earlier during the Hukalo meeting, and he was talking about how it felt like reading the Bible or reading God's word. Now, there was a time in my life where that's all I was doing was reading, like book after book after book. So maybe 5 to 10 years, I'd say I've read the Bible literally word to word, cover to back, 3 different Bibles. And so I recognize I recognize God's word when I hear it. But I wonder, do I still need to go and review that scripture on occasion, or is that it's too diluted for me? I've already got my understanding.
Parts of it, listen carefully. There are things that you remember from the scriptures, and those things will be true always for you. And so those are the things you need to remember. Why should you read it again when the memory of it is still with you? Let me tell you this.
Okay.
You know when you hear the scriptures, which ones are true and which ones are diluted.
Yes.
So do not bother yourself with more scriptures unless there's something different that you might gain some wisdom from. But listen carefully, my child, because there is much wisdom coming to you from the outside. You are gathering it and you are learning it. One of those pieces of wisdom will be that you must learn to be everything to all people.
I've always
That's a
felt that. I've always
yes,
felt that. All things to all people. And I've always been I've never wanted, younger, I would say I wanted to take sides. But as I've gotten
never.
older, I've found myself not wanting to take sides and listening carefully to each person's opinion. And when two people are butting heads, I don't like it. I want it to stop. I will say,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, not to yell at each other, to find that
Because
coming together.
when when an argument starts, communication stops.
Mm,
Because, listen carefully, as they are getting angry, their opinion is the only one that matters. They are not discussing it in a way that is communicating. They are discussing it in a way that's saying, I am right and you're wrong. I am right and you're wrong. That's no
yes.
longer communication.
Yes. And I think this is why my spouse and I struggle with when those times where he's very commanding of how, my way or the highway.
Yes, it
So
is
I
true that some find themselves that they want to take charge, even though they may not have all the facts,
yes.
but they think they do.
Oh my
You
gosh.
must
This
be
is so,
tolerant with one another. It is not one being tolerant with one, but both being tolerant and say, let's both talk about it because my opinion counts too.
yes, exactly. Thank you. That's a very soft way of saying it. And I appreciate that. Um,
And it may be the only way he may listen, saying that say, I agree, your opinion counts, but so does mine.
Wonderful. Oh my God. I love that guidance. And I know we've come in as a team to partner together and to learn from one another. And
Yes,
it's been a beautiful soul relationship. And so I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed in having
yes, I like
my,
him.
yes. Thank
He
you.
is,
Thank you.
he has a heart of gold, really. He does have a heart that gives. And when he thinks he's right, he wants everyone to know. But the thing is, you do temper him a bit.
Yes. Yes. Even if I have to raise my voice on occasion.
on, on occasion.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, is there anything that you'd like to tell me further about my healing modalities? Is there
Your
room
healing
for improvement?
modalities are strong, and they are getting stronger because you use them. Now, let me tell you something you don't know about your healing modalities, maybe. They are
Yes,
opening up areas in your brain and thought processes that will help you to be a greater contribution to mankind. They are opening up the wisdom, they are opening up channeling, they're opening up bilocation, they're opening up telepathy, empathy, all these things. But going back to the actual healing, they're
yes,
also starting to become more powerful. You are starting to be able to tell where the energy is going. You're starting to be able to tell how much energy is flowing. You are
yes,
able to tell what part of the bodies you're getting re, uh, indicators from.
yes.
And this is all part of the growth.
Ah, beautiful. And now, of course, I had a friend who has been experiencing her Kundalini awakening, and I have a feeling that I've already gone through that. Is Am I correct in that?
In some ways, yes. You've had a mild Kundalini awakening, and it's been through all your chakras,
Yes.
and it's awakened you to some extent. But you will go through a fuller one.
Oh, okay.
Your Kundalini will awaken again. And this time, you will strongly feel all the areas and all the chakras in their fullest. And this will be a very learning experience because you will feel the emotions attached to each one of these chakras. And you will feel
Oh,
the energies that are given through each of these chakras and brought in by each of these chakras. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing that you've already experienced. But the next time will be power and passion.
wow, beautiful. Oh, how exciting. um, is there any guidance that you would like to share with me over this next year for traveling? I know we're getting together in smaller groups so that we can be more unified and have more of that one-on-one energy versus a larger conference like what I did last year.
Yes, one-on-one, closer relationships, they are going to be the way for you for now. But the conferences are not a bad thing either. This is when you get together to actually share information about how to do things better, your styles, some people's ways that you do not know, perhaps adding breathing techniques and things of this nature that
Yes.
emphasize the energies that are flowing. And this is when conferences come, you learn from those who have been doing it a long time and perhaps add something to your own style because it really resonates and it really, you've tried it and now you feel that that is adding more energy to you.
Yeah.
But one-on-one is where you are now. And that is a good thing because you are very good one-on-one. You are kind, you are gracious, and remember these things.
Mhm.
Always make sure that they're comfortable,
Yes.
no matter what. Ask during the session, are you still comfortable? Are you still
Okay.
comfortable? Because
I
if they are not comfortable, the healing is not doing its best job.
okay. Thank
Also,
you for
do they
that.
need a
I
blanket? Do they need a pillow? Do they need?
good. Um, and I do oftentimes ask my clients, do you want to lay down? Do you want to sit up? Yeah, I do ask for those comforts, shall we say. And then sometimes I'll notice if they're tearful or crying as releases are coming up, or if they are experiencing it like sweating, then I'll say, how is the body? So I will keep an eye for those clues.
Yes,
And then telepathically, they're sometimes giving me that guidance too.
of course.
Yes.
You have uh, the innovative thought processes that sometimes tell you about what the client is feeling and how they're what they're going through a little bit, and that gives you that a little bit more guidance of what to do.
Yes. Now I have to say, I don't know if this is related to the illness, but I've been feeling, I usually call it my multidimensional self, and now I'm really feeling it because I'm guessing because I'm talking with you directly.
Yes,
But I'm feeling kind of like a dizziness, like a lightheadedness, like not like the room is spinning, but I can feel the plasma around me. Let's say it like that.
yes, that is fine. We are up here in my level a little bit more. We've met in the middle. And so you
Oh,
are feeling the higher spaces and I'm coming down
oh,
to the lower spaces.
yes.
So we are connecting.
And that's what I'm always saying when I'm working with clients. I help bring them up to the higher spaces so that they can connect. Same.
Exactly. But this is what
Now,
it is to connect with me.
oh, beautiful. What dimension are you in? Are you higher than
Seventh.
12 feet? Seventh dimension?
Let me explain why it's only seventh.
Yes, please.
God God originally made 7 densities, but then kept creating and made 12. But the seventh density stopped and took a rest and created many beings to help him with the maintenance of the universes, with the maintenance of taking care of his people and all the things that are necessary from out here. saving people from supernovas and different attacks and things of that nature. So at the seventh dimension, he stopped, and we are all here below the seventh dimension and below are all physical dimensions.
Oh, okay.
They are all the densities and humanoid forms and physical bodies. Above that, when he continued to create, 8 through 12 are not physical. They are not in bodies, but they are in energies. They are in light bodies. And
Right.
they can create a body if they need to and come back into densities. But God has given them extra energies, shall we say, because they are closer to him than the physical bodies. So he is working on bringing all together, which is the secret and mystery of the 12 densities and dimensions.
Yes.
12 is a powerful and magical number.
Yeah,
But
12 definitely.
no one can decipher it quite yet, but they will.
The power of 3.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Can you tell me how do I'm still trying to wrap my 3D mind around the consciousness of my higher self as an archangel, and then also, I guess, my oversoul, Marana. Like, how does that all tie in with you?
Believe me, we are all together. The angels are also in 7th dimension and density. Creator beings are in 7th density and dimension. Oh, the oversoul is in 7th density and dimension. That's where they all have their commonality. Is they're all in the same place and all can be accessed by the same place.
Yes. Okay.
And so do not pay too much about where you are, who you are, but you are all here in many nows.
Yes. And you know what it's super exciting too is that the many nows I have discovered that I have the ability, and this is why I know about my creator aspect, is that I have the ability to tap into when I've discovered some of my past, either a past life or an aspect that I have of a past life, that I have the ability to use, that it's still me, like I've still got it. So when I'm Athena, I have the Athena prowess and warrior and strategist. And when I'm Pele, I've got the power of the land and the mountain and the force to change. And when I'm a crystal being, I've got that brilliance and sparkle. And so it's very exciting. And the same thing with the dragons and being able to use the magic and Merline, and my elven lives and all of it.
These are all part of you, but what you do in this life will be most important.
Yes, exactly. So, right. I mean, I get those little pieces, but it's always the joy of like doing and being, when you're out with the family and going on a hike or eating a meal together and laughing and, hanging out with your friends.
The joy of life.
Yes, exactly.
And your healing will give joy to others so they may live life better.
Yes.
So keep that in mind about the healing. It relieves pain, and many times it will relieve more than that. It will put things back together. It will remove the things that need to be gone. Remember this about cancer. If you can see it in your mind's eyes, you can take it and remove it. You can set it from here to here, and it dissipates.
Yes.
If you see it in your mind's eye, you can cure it.
Yes. I've actually found that out. I have discovered that it's almost like I can rewrite the timeline. I I I always talk about it like it's a whiteboard, and I'll put whatever it is up on that whiteboard, and then I will erase it. And it's kind of like handing it off to spirit when I do that, which is of course giving it to God.
Of
Um,
course.
but I have healed patients with cancer already. So I know that I have this gift, and that's such a blessing from God. It's just, I can't even tell you how
Yes.
incredible it is to be able to acknowledge that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Continue to attach yourself to God, and he will always guide your way
Yes. It's so
and give you
beautiful.
the wisdom and understanding that you are needing for the every moment. Remember this. You say wisdom and understanding is opening unto you, but the way you heal, the way you understand, the way that you bring things forward always is in wisdom and understanding. And your wisdom is growing. For and you must stay humble with it, but it will be to a point where you could be arrogant, but do not be.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have that kind of an attitude. I never have. I've gone through too
No.
many struggles to put myself in that position. I think, and we laugh because we've talked about the fact that the what we're manifesting is going to not only do these conferences, but it's kind of like being the Taylor Swift of conferences. Um,
Yes.
yeah, that the potential is certainly there to be like, oh, we're wonderful, but I feel like I don't feel that way because I feel like I'm always trying to reach out to help people in that service. It'll be fun. I mean, of course it'll be fun to be, on the stage and talking to a lot of people and being able to help so many in larger groups, right?
It
Versus
will.
one at a time. But that's going to be another fun experience as we get to that point.
Yes. God will choose times and places for you.
Yes, yes. And on that same note, I've noticed that my visions are starting to come through more and more. And then is that going to start to the site, the actual, like, is that an agreement that am I still waiting, or is that coming more
It
clearly?
is
Because
already coming. The thing is,
okay,
it grows gradually with all. It's like
okay.
anything. It's like a flower. First, it's a seed, then a
First is the
sapling,
seed, yes. And I've used
and it
that
grows
same
and blossoms.
analogy.
You're more than a seed. You are
Yes.
broken through the ground, but you are
Yay.
showing your leaves, but you have not yet blossomed. You will.
Aw, I love that.
But there are
Is
many
there
things that you are going to do. Let God guide.
continue to
You
work
know
with me?
he's always keeps you away from the downfalls.
Yes, that I definitely know. He is definitely in my corner. And I always, of course, think Mother, Father, God, because I feel like she is my powerhouse. She just supports me in everything I do.
Yes, she does.
Oh my
She is
gosh.
an amazing part of all things. Mother, Father, God will be with you always. And the mother side of it is something you tap into very easily.
Yeah, very easily. I channel her a lot.
Yes.
Will my channeling also get more individualized this year?
Yes.
I know I've been doing collective and large beings such as the sky, the sound.
Yes, it will become more individualized, but it is easy to bring the collectives in, for they have one spokesperson,
Yes.
and but they are all thinking together.
Yes. And it tends to
But
be very generalized messages. And I'm hoping to do more like how Jim is doing, more of the one-on-one messages where
yes,
people are able to get that more specific information to them.
you will let it grow.
Thank you so much for this beautiful guidance. I don't know if I have any more questions directly for you. So unless you have anything else for me, my dear.
No, there are so many waiting to speak to you. I will leave you,
Okay.
but I had to come
Thank you.
first to
I'm
tell
so
you who
pleased
you are.
you did. I'm so excited. Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome. There are many waiting, so I will go.
Okay. All right. Thank you and goodbye. Blessings
Much love
to
to
myself.
you.
Blessings to me. I love you.
Yes. This is Turboson.
Hello.
I am a gnome.
Oh, fantastic. How do you say your name again, please?
Turboson.
Turboson.
Yes.
Turboson. Thank you so much for coming today. It's my pleasure to speak with you. Have I been connecting with you recently as I've been having little gnomes show up?
Yes. I am their speaker, their voice. There are many of us, but we do not always go worldwide. There are places we will not go. The reason for that is we have certain responsibilities to the planet and that we take care of them from the positions God wills us to go to. We are mostly we have our beginnings from the United Kingdom.
Ah.
And we are all through Europe as well. And Scandinavia. All the way out into the Russian areas, but not too far into the Russian areas as to become cold, too cold.
I see. So you prefer a more moderate climate?
Yes. But let me tell you why I've come to speak to you.
Yes, thank you.
You are wanting to know about gnomes. We are ones of great magic. We bring and can come one place to another very quickly through transporting with our minds. We are mostly invisible because we do not want to be seen. We are mostly energy most of the time. We can have a form. You see what our form looks like. We try to look wise.
Hence the beards.
Hence the beards. Even
And
on
the
the
women?
lady folk
And the lady folk?
also have beards.
They do. The bearded ladies. I love that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And I understand the red pointed hats and the red shoes. Do they have a symbolism with the red?
They are, red is a fiery color, color of passion, and we want to show our passion from head to foot, and that is one reason. Plus, the hats represent bringing down passion from high up.
That's beautiful to know.
Yes.
Hmm.
And when you walk, you should walk in the steps of passion. If you are not interested, do not walk that direction. But it must be something that you must undergo and feel when you are on a path or when you are on a journey or a quest. You must feel the passion of it before you start. And then each footstep represents the red passion that you're moving toward.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Woo, I'm going to be able to use that.
Yes.
Oh
Now,
my gosh.
there are many things about us that are very unknown. We keep a very secretive lifestyle. No one knows where we live, actually. No one hears us speak except by this means.
Yes.
But I will not give away all of our secrets, for that is not why I'm
Yes,
here.
no, don't.
But I
Correct.
will tell you that we do live in the earth. And sometimes above the earth. but never on the earth. We do appear there, but you will notice when we appear, we are not standing on the earth, but a bit above it.
Above it. Yes, like flying. Yes. So you referenced a little bit about your work, the magic work. What is the magic work? And I understand that I have gnomes who watch over me. Is it you specifically or mainly, or you've come forward as a spokesperson, Turboson?
I have come forward to tell you about the magic.
Oh, thank you.
The magic will be part of your healing processes. You will gather it, for the earth is giving up new magic since 2012 at the end. And now the magic is becoming more penetrating on the earth. I do not know how to say it better. But as people move forward and want to discover their magic, they must be aware of it. And as you are aware of your magic, you will want to focus it in positive ways, such as healing, such as helping. There are many ways to heal and help. Yes.
I am familiar with the gathering of the magic.
Yes.
This I am familiar with.
Yes. And this is a new kind of magic that we like very much. It's very pure. The other magics have been conflicted or compromised, but this one has not yet been compromised.
Beautiful. And so I'm familiar with purifying myself prior to gathering the magic, and I know that I've gathered it on my own, that I was doing it before I even knew that I could.
Exactly. You are a natural at it. That is why we came through also. We want you to continue to gather. There are many powers that you will possess, but not ones to make you up haughty or above everyone else, but to use in bringing people to God and bringing people to health.
Yes.
These are your two needs and desires, as I understand it. You wish to help people, teach people, and heal.
Correct. People. All of that is exactly spot on.
That is why we came. We do not have much more to say, except we would answer some of your questions.
One question that I have a friend that's currently in Australia, and I just did some healing for her, and she keeps saying, oh my God, what have you done to me? What have you done to me? Because she feels so differently. And I do know that my magic is powerful and the healing is powerful, and she's struggled with being able to even to eat food. And so now she's saying that she's getting an appetite and is now desiring to nourish her body once more. So I'm wondering if the gnomes are in Australia as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have because places there and in New Zealand.
Okay.
We don't go to the Pacific Islands as much. We have known to go there occasionally, especially Hawaii, which is an offshoot of Lemuria. So we do go there occasionally, but we do not spend much time there, only to do our jobs and to be sent back to the UK, Japan, New Zealand, Australia. Yeah.
Okay. So I was feeling that one of the places that we're going to end up traveling to was going to be Ireland to come and work with the gnomes.
We are very much there.
Okay. All right. Because I didn't know if we needed to focus more, maybe because you said the UK, maybe we did just need to go to Glastonbury in the UK and or Ireland. So I feel like we're kind of like flipping back and forth between which one, but not this year. In 2023, I believe is our goal.
You will notice when you are in Ireland, the purple of heather.
The heather, yeah.
This is something we have used many times in our healing and in our collection of energies.
Beautiful. I've grown heathers, and I've been in gardens with heathers and felt very drawn to them. And I'm sure in hindsight, now, hindsight 2020, that this is why I get a lot of like flower energy, that I just love to be surrounded by flowers in the gardens. So
yes, the heather energy is strong.
oh my gosh, that's so beautiful to know. I think I'm going to have to bring some to my house now.
Yes, you will feel their energies. That is why there's so much of it there. This is our homeland.
Wonderful, wonderful. Is there any visual that we should think of when we're thinking of gnome magic?
It depends. Each individual can visualize magic in a different way. If you visualize the magic in a healing way, then it will become stronger for your healing. If you visualize magic in a service other than that, it will be stronger there.
Okay. So then I would just ask for what the intention is, for what
You
direction.
will bring the intention, the energies out, the energies in.
Yep.
And vice versa. And then the wand will also help to focus the energy.
Beautiful. And I have been working with some wands. I've had 3 that I feel strongly to. 2 of them I've added crystals to. One I seem to favor over the other. Something about the feel in my hand, I imagine. So, and maybe I've just pulled more magic into it, but I haven't been focusing lately on working it. But I have actually done the feather lifting once. I saw it lift. I was like, oh, ooh, I just did that.
Yes, there are many that are now becoming successful with the early stages of magic. The lifting flourish is working with some. But there are many belief systems to overcome with the ones that cannot. They were always taught that this was not so, and they were always taught that it could never happen. And so with that belief system, it cannot happen. But if you overcome it and believe, then it will happen.
Yeah, I saw it once. I haven't gotten there again, but I saw it once. That's all I
It is
needed.
all right. It is the beginning.
Yes, exactly. It was exciting. So I thank you. I thank you for any gifts of magic that you continue to embellish me with.
Excellent.
I thank you for coming today, Turboson. I have no more questions this time, but we may call on you when we have a group and invite more people to come and understand their magic and
call me by name and I will come.
Thank you.
I will channel through you if you wish.
Thank you. I am very excited to know that. I may do that.
Yes, I am the speaker. There are many other names that are on leadership areas, but I will be the speaker.
All right. I've got your number. Thank you. I will call on you.
If I cannot speak, then one called Kulika will speak for me.
Okay. Kulika.
Well, actually, it's Kulikalan.
Kulikalan.
Kulylyn. Kulikalan.
Kulikalan. Perfect.
I call him Kulika, but his real name is Kulikalan.
Okay.
I have a nickname for him.
Gotcha. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate
I will bring
you brought today.
another.
My blessings.
Thank you. Our blessings to you and with the magic. We also we are also able to help you with it.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm so pleased to know that.
Have a good day.
You as well.
I am Athena.
Athena! Yes! I feel you.
I have come to help you with your strategizing.
Thank you.
It is a battle now on your planet for goodness, to conquer the evil that exists there. I am all about fighting that.
Beautiful.
Courage is necessary in this day and age. You cannot rise up without courage. You cannot be fearful and be successful, because the fear will destroy your success. So I have learned to defeat evil by not fearing it, by standing up against it, and it becomes fearful of me.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I feel like I've had your courage around me since I was a young child, and the first time I
Yes.
jumped off a roof.
Foolish activity, but I understand.
Yes. Foolish activity, yes. Well, you know, a child at that time.
Yep, I understand. I was also foolish at an early age.
Fortunately, I guess I must have had angels with me, because I didn't get hurt. I didn't twist an ankle. No damage from that.
Yes, but you had a lot of protection.
Yes. Thanking the team for that.
Yes. What is it that you would want to know from me?
So for the divine feminine, I have been advising women of finding their warrior cry, and that this warrior yell, I've been calling it a yell, is intended to release old energies and to feel the power of themselves as a being, like their sovereign self. And that making this cry out makes them more in touch with their being, makes them bring in an opportunity for this fresh feminine energy to come in with their power and strength of the divine feminine. And also the power and strength of the yell, not being angry, not being frustrated,
But
just
being powerful.
Yeah, to be powerful.
It is the
Yes.
primal scream you talk of. And that is a very powerful thing. When you intention it properly, it can bring great power to each individual, because they are no longer afraid to hold their voice quiet, but they let it go as demonstrably as possible, and then they bring in the positivity of it. They shout out the fear, shout out the ignorance, shout out and bring in the courage, and bring in the faith and understanding that they can be stronger, more powerful, more beautiful, more connected to the universe and to the world they live in.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you for that, and more understanding of what I was teaching. I didn't really understand or grasp how.
Yes, it's a release of the fear, of the misunderstandings, of all the things that they were afraid to release as a human being. They always wanted to keep it in because they were afraid or ashamed. But now they give it a voice, and they get rid of it by screaming it out, by tearing it out of their soul, and bringing in positivity, enlightenment, courage, and no longer having the fear and shyness that would hold them back from being successful.
Beautiful. Yeah, I find I use this often.
A primal scream is very helpful, but let them know what they're doing. Tell them that they're releasing the negativity, that they're getting rid of the fear inside, getting rid of the shyness or the lack of courage. They are now finding a different voice, For that one has been heard now, and the other voices are now going to be able to speak that are within.
Oh, beautiful. I wonder if sometimes if when I'm feeling the urge to do that, if there has been a past life that is coming up to be now expressed, because I feel like sometimes after I've gone and had, my primal yell, that I'll have a new awareness of another past life that will either come up to be cleared or be known to me.
That
So
is
that's
fine. It's purification.
yeah, it's
So,
beautiful.
yes, and this scream, some will say, oh, this kind of scream could not be purifying because it is so loud and unconscionable and people will be upset by it. But no, if you intention it in the proper way, it can be freeing, courageous, a step forward, many things.
Beautiful. Can you help me understand what is this numbness that I'm feeling in my hand today?
Let me get a hold of it. Hold still. That is in your right arm.
Yeah.
The numbness that you're feeling seems to be a lack of blood flow. So let me see if I can help it.
Thank you.
It seems like the blood flow there is not exactly the same as the blood flow in the other arm. So I'm going to send you some energy and Athena style and bring you into a healthier understanding of your physicality.
Thank you.
I was always a perfect specimen of health, not to brag, but it was true. And I always was in control. Sometimes that's not the best thing to be. As a woman, you want to lose control sometimes, but I was always in control because of my position. So, but I learned how to actually relax. And you must also.
Yes.
But let me send some energy to the arm.
Thank you.
An arrow from my bow strikes the arm and gives it energy and freedom and movement and makes it tingle, and it will improve it.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, and it's very interesting. I like that you talk about your conscientiousness about health and being very, virile, because that's something that I also embody, and which I'm sure comes from you.
Correct. Most likely.
Not that I haven't tried a little bit of the, the heavier lifestyle, not too much, but just enough to understand what I think it had to do with my compassion again, learning what the collective is going through and how they feel when they are carrying extra weight. But for me, I don't like it whatsoever. So I'm always trying to maintain. But
you are doing well.
Yes, thank you. So, and I appreciate your continued support and guidance.
We are together in this. In certain nows, we can overlap.
Beautiful. I love it.
What else would you have from me to know?
Aside from the primal yell, is there anything else that is that I should be aware of?
The primal yell is part of what I do as well. You hear me yell before battle. You hear me yell before when the battle's over. And this is to get in touch once again with everything within me. For when I am yelling at the first to come into battle, I'm bringing in the fearlessness that I need and the courage and all the help from all the spirits and guides that I can. And at the end, when I yell, I am releasing all the negativity that I gathered during the battle.
Can I use this so right now we're planning on going to Mount Shasta again. Would this be idyllic to use that yell prior to the trip and then return from the trip?
Yes. And you might even use it while you're there.
Well, I was
Just
just
warn
thinking
the
that same thing.
just warn the Telosians you're going to be loud for a moment.
Okay, thank you. I have no other questions for Athena. Thank you so much, my dear.
Very well. There are still others here.
Okay,
One
I
moment, and I'll see who else is coming.
thank you so kindly.
And
Blessings.
be well, be strong, courageous, fearless, for that is the only way to succeed in this world that you live in. But
Yes.
also be loving and
Thank,
compassionate
thank you
and
for
tender.
strengthening. And thank you for any assistance in strengthening my core, because there are times where I feel the muscular in my back doesn't want to support me. So I ask my back for further strength and support.
Yes. Goodbye, my dear.
Thank you, beautiful sister.
I am Sophia.
Sophia, beautiful mother. How are you?
I am well. In this time, I want to tell you that the divine feminine is working hard to equalize the grounds that you live on. Man and woman are the same in many ways, and in strengths always, but they have different tasks and different reasons for being on the planet. But that does not make them less or more. I cannot teach that enough. I believe now that there is some equalization coming to the planet. It is being fought a little bit harder as well. But you find more women in power now than ever before. You see the
Yes.
rise of woman to the equality of man in intelligence and prowess and strength in many courageous moments. And they are to be honored for this. And men, yes, they are necessary, for without them, the future is dull and listless. No creations coming from anywhere, no passion
Oh,
coming
trust
from.
me, we love our men.
Yes, we certainly do.
There's nothing more beautiful than watching a man labor and in his strength, that where a woman does not have the strength and a man does. And not
Yes,
saying that there aren't women with that type of strength, but I noticed that a man my same size can somehow carry more weight and imbue more power, muscularity, and it is appreciated.
of course, dear. And I
And the
understand
love
that.
and the love of mothers is
Oh,
such a
yes,
beauty. It's such a beauty to see with these new beautiful babies coming into our lives. Oh, my heart is just so tender toward them.
of course, dear. We are
Oh,
tender, but we are strong.
yes. Oh gosh, yes. The mama bear is, of course, where everybody goes right away. Do not mess with the mama.
That is correct. And it is the same here. Do not mess with Mama God
All right.
and Papa God.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So I know I channel you so often, and you're always bringing forward lullabies, and
Yes,
I adore that. You just always come, at least when I'm connecting with you, and maybe it's my own soul that's asking for the lullaby. I don't know, but I feel like when you come through and when I channel you, that the lullabies speak to a part in their soul that needs that healing, that mother's love. And I am honored to be able to bring that forward. So I thank you.
send the lullabies out to the world in a writing or in your words. Many will know the calm, loving nature of Mother God from them and
Thank
from
you.
your own heart as well as a mother.
Thank you. I will share more. I will definitely share more.
But I just came to give you my support, as I always do.
Thank you so much for being with me always. You know how much I adore you and your creations. And although I can only experience it currently in this world, I know that I am on other planets and as other beings and experiencing it in other worlds. So thank you.
All the flowers are from me.
Oh, and they're my favorites.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
There are still yet others that want to come.
Okay, I will allow.
One moment, please. Blessings.
Thank you.
Take heart. Rise up. Speak truth. Speak harmony and love, and be the one that guides many.
Oh,
Much
you
love,
make me
my
cry. Thank you.
I am Fleta.
Fleta?
Fleta, king of the elementals.
Fleta. Thank you so much, sir. My pleasure to know you this day.
Thank you.
Is
We
your
come
name spelled Flata?
if you wish it to be.
Okay.
Put a Y in there so you remember. Flay.
Y. Fleta. Thank you.
I am here to tell you that you are doing well with the elementals. They trust you more and more. They are part of your everyday life. We are there, but I travel. Because I am king, I must be everywhere on all continents at one point or another. But right now, I'm here in this continent where you are.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm honored.
What is it you want to know from us? I
Um,
heard you mention our name.
Yes. So what I wanted to know is, I know that as I'm reaching my higher dimensionalities, I'm being more in 4D and 5D. And I'm wondering if I will have the opportunity to gaze upon a fairy with my eyes open. Such a simple request, right?
But that is an interesting one because very few fairies will show themselves. You must understand, to be seen is to be made aware of who and what you are. So they are very tentative when showing themselves. But I will
Yes.
give permission for them to show themselves to you. You have already seen them at the corner of your eye.
Yes.
This is where they live in your realm. They appear at the corner of your eye so that you may look their direction. They want to get your attention for some reason or another.
And I think because I have had a life as an elven king.
Yeah.
Yes. So as a twin, and have done some healing for that kingdom. And hopefully, I haven't checked in recently, but maybe you can advise me that things have progressed more beautifully and peacefully there with the healing work that we've done.
They are progressing.
Thank
You are progressing in all the fields that you are aware of.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And now I know when I go to hug the tree, others will say, oh, I'm hearing the tree speaking with me. Am I hearing them and I'm just not listening?
The trees have a pulse of life within them. Few of them speak, but some of them do, but not very often. The thing is about trees is that you will feel their heart pulsing. Once you get your arms around them and listen closely, you might feel them rather than
Yeah.
hear them.
I feel like sometimes I'm drawn to hug on a tree. I could be walking a different direction and all of a sudden a tree will catch my eye and then I want to hug on it.
That's
and then I will.
fine. They are calling to you because you are someone that is aware of nature, the beauty of it, and the life that is within all of nature. It has sentience, feelings, understandings, even though many may not understand that or be familiar with it, but you do know it.
Yes. And I do know that I've been working with the elementals and Fleta, trying to work more with the weather, with the wind and the rain, and acknowledging it in its presence, and the same with with the heat of the day, and earth, wind,
Well,
fire and
we are
water.
up against the man-made weather at this time. We must quiet it down. It is causing too much damage.
Yeah, I
The,
try to assist with that too. Am I being successful? Am I helping at all?
yes, yes,
Oh,
because of your intention is to help, it will. Now,
okay.
there are a great amount of things changing on the earth with the elementals as well, because the axis of the earth is wanting to turn or to change.
Right. I've heard that, yes.
And with us, that brings many difficulties because we must also be aware of volcanic tectonic plates, weather, and all the like, and as well as pollution and things of this nature. We are constantly removing pollution from areas where no one has seen it except the person that has dropped the particular piece of waste, and we
Yep.
sometimes remove it when we can. If it has been seen by another
Yes.
human, we cannot remove it. They must do so. But if no one has seen it,
Yes.
then we can remove it.
Okay. Beautiful. I'm so glad. I am going to take that knowledge and send my prayers and blessings for that work that you're doing, behind the scenes. Because I know that whenever I'm out into a wild area or hiking and I am seeing pollution, any garbage, that I'll, wiggle my way in through the bushes and collect it and try to remove it and dispose of it
Correct.
properly.
That is why you are beloved by the elementals and the water sprites and the tree nymphs.
Oh, wonderful. Well,
The
I'm
elven population and the troll population. Also, it would appear that the gnomes love you as well.
Oh, I love them
There
all
are
too.
many elementals. Gnomes are considered an outbreak from the elementals, but they are not considered elementals in fullness.
I understand. And so I have the mountains calling to me often, and I think it's because of my association with Pele.
Yes, nature and ecology and
Yes,
yes, environment.
and all of that good stuff. And whenever I go to new waters, I am always asking for blessing and clearing. And so I know that there's some magic that can be done there, that the galactics are able to assist as well. And so I'm always asking them to assist with where I go.
If you are near the water and it's clear and beautiful and sparkling, put your
Yes.
hand in it and we will help clear your whole system.
Beautiful. Thank you.
For the clearing water is of the soul as well.
Yes, that's what I got. And then I've been working with water dragons too, out in Lake Michigan. I know I awakened one. I have not heard her name though, and I believe it's a female.
Yes, You have awakened one.
Am I allowed to know her name at this time?
Let me ask her. All right. She would prefer that you would ask her in person, but she knows that
Okay.
that might not happen for a while. So she would
Yeah.
give you her name now.
Oh, thank you so much. Because otherwise it won't be until sometime late this summer when it's warm enough to go in the water and start to communicate with her again.
Brawn egg.
Brawn egg?
Brawn egg.
Oh gosh, spell that for me. Brawn egg.
BRR, 2 R's.
Okay.
ANEGG. Brawn egg.
Brawn egg. Oh, beautiful.
That's
Thank
her
you
name.
so much. Brawn egg. Thank you for letting me know that. I've been trying to connect the last 2 years. I know I awakened her, and then I know I've been channeling her when I'm out at the lake. But beyond that, I hadn't been able to connect with the name yet. And then I knew last year was too soon. Maybe she was a baby dragon, a new hatchling. I'm not sure.
She's not old. You're correct. It is not an old dragon.
Yeah. So, but I'm very pleased for her to assist with water and the purification of water, and especially within our beautiful our lakes here, Lake Superior and Lake Michigan and Erie, and the chain of lakes, so to speak, because it assists so many people here within the U.S.
Yes.
And the rivers as well, of course.
Yeah.
And our oceans. And all of our waters.
All of these things are very good. Yes.
Thank you.
We are working on the waters as well. Even in the Pacific, we are taking the radiation from the water, from the meltdowns in Japan.
Yes.
It is
beautiful.
It's a vast project.
Yes, I wondered about that.
We are being helped by the Claires, who are in domes at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. But due to recent tectonic plate movements, some of their domes were destroyed and they had many casualties.
I don't know. The things that were reported in the news.
No, of course.
Right.
They are at the bottom of crevice, and it is well known to be a volcanic area. But they are trying to reinforce everything so this will not happen again. But it was quite a very strong earthquake up near Alaska.
Near Alaska. Okay.
We are here to help them as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, and for all of those in the elemental realm that are assisting. And could you describe yourself to me? And am I allowed to call on you, or is there a spokesperson I should?
This is not the first time I have spoken to a human. I have spoken through channels before. Many times, actually. They don't always pronounce my name correctly, but I am Fleta. And I am here to serve mankind and do what God wishes. But I look like I'm a dwarf size, only about 5 foot tall. I have human features, but I also have some unhuman features, such as my color is more green than it would be flesh toned. And I'm lighter in color, and I have gold eyes.
Pretty.
Now,
and do you also wear a beard?
I have, and I have not. Yes, I am having one now, and I have pointed ears. They serve a purpose other than what you might think. They are very
Son?
sonically in tuned,
Yes.
and also in tune to
Oh,
more than one density.
that just reminded me. So maybe maybe a month ago, I heard like a tone that went like, and so I heard it. It sounded like a game tone. And they said I was listening to another dimension. They were kind of like testing my hearing. Well, then I feel like it was yesterday or the day before, I heard like ting ting ting, like a little, like not quite in a row like that, but I heard it and I was like, oh, are they testing me again? So I was wondering who is checking me my
You have
hearing.
heard the elementals and those that are in alignment with the elementals, such as the water sprites and the nymphs, tree nymphs. Probably the tree nymphs are what you heard because they tend to be more vocal. They
Oh,
like to talk to the birds. They like to talk to whatever's nesting in the trees.
yes, I like to talk to the birds too.
And so wood nymphs are the most talkative of all the elementals.
Okay. And I was inside my house at the time. Would that make any difference to them?
No, they will just talk when they talk.
Oh, that's so exciting to know. Learn something new every day.
But if you can hear them, that is a gift for you.
Yeah, that is a beautiful gift. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for that insight. Are there other elemental gifts that I have that are coming online this year?
Perhaps. I do not know what they are at this time, but I do think that you will be able to sense the elementals in a greater way. I do believe you'll be able to sense and understand elemental sounds. They do not speak your language, of course. I
Right.
am here because I have learned to speak it as the king of all elementals and the king over the sprites, nymphs, trolls, etc., elves. And there is a king for the gnomes of their own.
Oh, beautiful to know that. Thank you so much. I'm just so blessed and honored to speak with you today. My heart is so full. I just can't even tell you. And thank you for the assistance with the name for the water dragon as well. And I hope that we get a chance while I'm channeling sometime to connect again.
Yes. You will connect with us. I will speak through you if you wish, but only if you call.
Thank you.
I will
I'm
not
honored.
intrude. Elementals will never intrude on your space, not
Okay, then
without your permission.
I will call. I have a long list of people I can call these days.
Very well.
My blessings to you. And I send my love and so much light, calling in the angelic realm to just send so much beautiful white light to all the elementals. My love.
Thank you. Excellent. There is nothing more I have to say. Are there any questions from your end?
Not at this time, my dear. Thank you.
Very well.
King, sir.
It is all right. Just call me Fleta.
Fleta. Thank you, Fleta.
One moment, please. I am Dogga.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Beautiful. Darga, what type of a being are you, please?
I'm a dragon.
That's what I thought. Shush, my puppy dog.
I just came to say hello.
Why,
I am
hello.
Darga. Yes.
Is it Daarga?
Yes.
Got it.
Greetings,
so-
and we want you to know that we are helping humanity.
Thank you. I'm so pleased. I know that I've been working with the dragons, and most recently we've during our channeling sessions with my friends that we've had baby dragons come up to be channeled. And so I did invite them to come and join here so I could be a foster home. So I don't know if I don't see and hear them. I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh, somebody wants to channel, but I feel like I'm still like there's a disconnect with being able to be like, oh, there's the dragon. And as you see, I've got them here behind me.
You have to learn our energy yet. It is a lower energy. It seems perhaps lower than what you would expect, but it is of a great density. We are here as higher creations, but also to blend with the vibrations of this planet and others.
So I have to get out of the clouds a little bit more to
Yes.
to connect.
We are a little lower vibration.
So do you have a recommendation for me to be able to get more of that connection so that when I am channeling the dragons, because it always comes through with the growls and
Yes.
Then the fire, the breathing of the fire that usually comes through.
Do not worry. We will attempt to help you in any way we can. I don't know how to get through otherwise.
That'd be wonderful. And what type of a dragon are you, if I may ask? I know that some are air, fire, ice.
Well, I am a fire dragon. Yes.
Fire dragon.
My color is silvery white.
And what wisdom would you like to bestow upon me today, please?
What?
What wisdom will you bestow upon me today? And after your answer, just to let the channel know that we are right at our timing.
Very well. The wisdom that I would give for you today is to continue to seek out all the things of nature that are valuable to you, and because they will teach you as well. Look closely, you will learn much, and they will give you great meanings when you speak to others, great metaphors and great thought processes to share, compare, and note. We are part of that kind of an agreement with nature, that we will bring forth their beauty in words and understanding, and in their wisdom as they are created to show you a pathway to something always. Creation is God's way of speaking without speaking.
Oh, yes. There's something beautiful about the clouds, isn't there?
Yes.
The clouds in flight. Whenever I look up, I just imagine that. And often I'll go into my slumber asking to fly with the dragons that evening.
Yes.
And how are we related, Darga?
We have lived in past lives together as dragons.
Okay. And so then, did you know of myself as Frederick?
Frederick. Frederick is correct. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. I would love to have, as we begin to close, I would love to have some dreams where I can remember some of this dragon life, please.
We will see how well you absorb our energy.
Okay. I thank you so much for that. And any gifting that you have for me, I'm open to.
Excellent. but we must go.
Thank you so much. My
Much
blessings.
love to you, as they say on your world.
Yes. And to you as well. I breath the fire heart, dragon heart to you.
Hello?
Hello, Jim.
Hi, how
Welcome.
are you?
Good. So good. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Fantastic. Just fantastic.
You're going to be more powerful even still, so that's good.
It's so fun to hear and know. So, and they're just telling me one step at a time, but I will not continue to keep you. And blessings to you.
Blessings to you.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Much love. Mwah.
Mwah.